There we go. For whatever reason, I have this. Okay. Hello. Good afternoon, everybody. I was saying, hope you're all having a good Sunday, and our newest Glizzy General, especially Mr. Gaffagarian. Okay, so on the subject of being muted, just a slight tidbit. I use this little app that, like, changes my microphone settings, and for some reason, none of the outputs are working.
And a midnight wiener stroker.
This stream sponsored by the double-click mute button, preventing your words from being heard since the single click became boring.
Yeah, no, man, I don't know. I have like 8 different properties on the mic thing that it could have been. None of them worked, so I was like, I'll just switch to the actual microphone itself. So if I sound a little bit different than usual, that's why. But hello, everybody. I'm sorry if I'm loud. I don't know what settings. I might have to switch things around a little bit while we're live here. But anywho, so I've been keeping an eye on some things, been doing my investigations. Particularly one of the things that I wanted to keep an eye on was the whole Kalo situation. So if you guys forget, I will jog your memory, or if you were there, you know, I'm just going to give a short little rundown for the people who may not have been. So I think, a couple weeks ago now, maybe 2-3 weeks ago now, there was a situation that I covered over on this channel about Kalo, who was over in the LCU at the time. He was a host over there, who had admitted on multiple streams to sharing not only my private sex work content, but he did it to Foxy as well. And then we also reviewed a situation he had from all the way back in 2017, where he did the same thing with like another creator, where he used being her Patreon person, like he was the person posting on the Patreon for her. He used the passwords that he had from Patreon to log into her Facebook, get her explicit pictures off of her Facebook that she was selling on there, and then send them to other people. Specifically, one person he mentioned was somebody who asked for it as a birthday present. So we reviewed all of that. The way things left off in that situation was that Kalo was up on live. Everybody kind of made him admit what he was doing. He even went as far as to kind of like leave for a little bit, join back into the LCU on an alt account, and pretend to be his own stalker.
And a midnight wiener stroker.
The M1A1 Abrams doesn't run on a standard diesel engine. It's powered by a 1,500 horsepower AGT 1,500 turbine engine, essentially a modified jet engine.
The tank server's back, which means the tank facts are back. Welcome back, Mono. Good to see you. But yeah, so he went as far as to make even an alt account to go into the LCU Discord to pretend that he was being stalked, and then through the account itself, you could literally see all the connections were linked to Kalo's own actual accounts, like his Steam account, his Xbox account, his YouTube, like literally every account this guy possibly has, he connected it to the alt account. So it was found out it was him. So when all this happened, there was a back and forth on live. He went up on live and they made him admit it was him, on top of him admitting everything that he did. So it was kind of just outed he was a creep. I'm not exactly sure if he was, like, fired. It was kind of, like, up in the air. It seemed like Keem didn't really want to fire him, but he wanted Kalo to take a step away from the internet.
A joker and a midnight wiener stroker.
The M1A1 Abrams features a uranium armor package within its composite turret armor, making it one of the toughest ground combat vehicles in history.
Wow, who would have known? Thank you, Mono. Also, we got Blood Braided with Canadian too, said don't forget to pin the Discord link to poach people. Oh, it's pinned for you guys now. Okay, so when that whole situation happened, the biggest thing, though, that was said by Billy, kind of everybody that was there, the general consensus, was that Kalo needed to take a break from the internet for a while before he could return to being like a host in the LCU, or before he should even return to being online. That was kind of the general consensus. I can tell you, without a shadow of a doubt, that Kalo did not leave the internet, not even for a second. If anything, he only privated his account up until he ended up getting released from his contract in the LCU, which is kind of what I'm here to talk about today. So, this guy basically admitted not basic. He admitted to being a creep. He admitted to doing some of the creepiest, weirdest fuck shit. He then, when he wasn't taking a break, while he was around in places, so he had privated most of his accounts, but what I did see was when I would peep into other people's streams, you'd catch Kalo in the chat a lot of the time saying, hey, can you see my DM? Hey, can you see this, this, and that? And I was like, huh, that's interesting. I wonder what he's trying to get everybody to know. Then, over the weekend, or I think maybe Friday night, excuse me, I got a DM of a clip of a stream of, I think it was Tech Protect stream. Honestly, it didn't matter because I ended up just getting the video for myself and we're going to watch it and review it. Of Kalo from, I can't even remember, I think this is like a 2015 situation we're going to be hearing about him talking about Keemstar. So apparently Kalo had been spreading this video to people to like try to spread the message or whatever. So we're going to review what it was today. And I'm going to say, starting off, I don't know if any of the allegations in this video are legitimate. I'm not co-signing these allegations as legitimate. I'm not saying that I, without a shadow of a doubt, can prove to you that all the pieces of evidence shown in this video are factual, and there are parts in this video that I cannot show you for reasons that will make a lot of sense as soon as we start getting into it. So you're gonna have to just listen to audio, and I'm gonna have to watch and tell you what's on the screen. This shit is gross. I'm gonna put a trigger warning on this. This features conversations about minors in situations they shouldn't be put into, so I just want to put that warning out there before we listen to this, because I think this situation being spread the way it was has something to do with why Kayla's getting paid out. That's my theory. I'm not making an allegation. I'm not making an accusation. I'm just letting you know what I think's going on. So, let me go ahead, head over to the React screen, and get this pulled up for you guys.
Hi there, my name's Kyle.
Okay, that pulled up in 40 different places. None of the right ones, though. My bad. Here we go. All right, goals up. Okay, so this is starting off. So this is a video Kalo posted on his own channel, and it was unlisted. Surprise, when he was spreading it around, and he once again has since privated it, but in the sake of investigation, I got it downloaded. So, we're gonna go ahead and head into this. I need to keep an eye on the timestamps because, like I said, there's a part in this where I can no longer have it on screen, and we're gonna have to do it by audio. This is one of the nastiest things I've heard in a long time, so just get ready. We got Chandon Yan with the 2 said, I spy my little eyes, something that has no T. Hashtag hymns. Well.
Hi there, my name's Kyle. I go by Kalo online. Basically, what I want to talk to you guys about is my experience with Dan Keem, aka Keemstar. And basically, what happened is I used to be a mod on his stream on Blog TV back in the day, and after he did what he did to those girls, which Great explained in his video, but not in great detail, which I will show proof.
So this is what Kalo is making this video about, to give you a little preface about whatever Keemstar did to those girls. When he first starts talking about it, he's very vague. He gets into it. How old is this? This, I believe, is from 2015-ish. But Kalo was sending this to people in recent times. That's how I saw this, because there was a link to this dropped in some chat, and I got sent this.
Here's some proof of the Skype logs from back in those days when it happened, from the actual girl talking about like another girl that he took advantage of being drunk.
Okay, I just wanted to make this video to let you see that this stuff is unaltered, that this stuff was brought to me by the girl's previous friends and ex-boyfriend, and also talking about the drunk girl and what Keem did to the drunk girl. Basically, all that stuff. Why it's not in my name and I changed everything is because of the hackers that were Keem sent after me, the attack me and stuff to send pizzas to my house. I had to change my Skype, so I made this one. I stopped using this one, but it has a lot of good juicy stuff in it. So let's get right into it.
Okay. The way this starts off. Good juicy stuff in it. So I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit as well, because I don't know about you, but that was piercing my ears, so I'm sure it was kind of similar for you guys. This is not juicy drama when he actually starts getting into what it is here. And like I said, I cannot back up any of the allegations that Kalo makes in this video. I'm not standing on it. I'm not saying without a doubt that everything that happened in this video is true. But there is proof of certain things in this video. And that's why I'm talking about it. It's definitely strange. This is a weird situation happening. We're gonna get into it all.
But we're going to search the drunk girl's name first, and we're going to go to search messages.
I'm gonna respond to this really quickly. It's Futuristic Hub said, how do you know Kayla wasn't asked to bring drama to boost the LCU ratings? I'm his best friend and I know everything. Well, if you know everything, you should know that he admitted on a stream to literally spreading my paid for behind a paywall content to other people. Okay, so you should know that. You should, starting off. Second off, you should be able to know that this video that I'm about to talk about right here, if the LCU is using this to boost ratings, do you know the allegations that he makes against Keemstar in this video? I don't think Keem would want this out in the light to boost ratings. I'm going to be very real with you. I, in fact, think if anything, that's why Kalo's getting paid out.
And then, let's go to, basically here, as you can see from my friend Wolf, he says what Kate, the girl that was underage, said. She said that I am pretty much done because of Cupcake. She was drunk out of her mind on Battlecam, and he, meaning DJ Keemstar, had her take her panties off and crawl across the floor, and he had her take her shirt off. He took complete advantage of her.
So that's the first allegation. So starting off, that's the first allegation that we hear in this. And if you don't know what battle cams is, this was like an old internet scene. Keem has talked about it before. This video is going to go on, and there's some really, this is how it starts. This is the first thing he says, and the allegations only get worse. For the millionth time, I just want to be clear. This is an old situation that I wasn't there when it happened. I saw this video unlisted. I'm showing it because I'm gonna be real. Allegations this serious shouldn't be unlisted and only shown when you're in a situation of needing to get paid out by the guy. I couldn't imagine working for the guy, knowing I put all of this on the internet and then continued to spread it after I got fired. So the Futuristic Hub guy who's saying this is old, well then maybe Kalo, when he got fired, shouldn't have been showing this to people as like an unlisted video, because he's the one who brought this back up into the light recently. And then it was really strange because right after Kalo put out the tweet of him saying he was going to get paid out by Keemstar, all of a sudden this video went private again.
And then I said, Keemstar, which his real name is Dan Keem, just tried getting Cupcake naked again. And my friend said, Cupcake is retarded for that. And I said, I posted what I said to Cupcake. I said, don't do it, don't do it. He said, obvious. She said, obviously. And I said, he's trying to get you naked again. And she said, I know I'm not dumb. I said, thank you. I respect that you said no. And then she said, I'm not going to prostitute myself for money that isn't guaranteed. People will chip in if they are my true friend who come to my new sober shows on Blog TV, and then she made that little face right there. So that's that, and then you know why Kate doesn't talk to Keemstar anymore, and why she's completely done with him is because of what he did to this girl Cupcake. Alright, so let's see what else we could find here. Now let's get to the stuff about Kate. As you could see, we were
So this is where when I say that things get really strange and the allegations start getting a lot worse, this is what I'm talking about. In about a minute or two here, that's where the video has to go off the screen, and I'm gonna have to do this audio only and just telling you what's there. Because I don't like when I'll tell you what's there and you'll understand.
friends on Skype at one point. Searched messages around Kate. Usually when we talked about her, we said Katie. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, right here, Wolfie, on September 19th, 2010, talking about how Kate was treated like a sex object by Keemstar. And basically, he said, listen, Katie doesn't get on anymore because they just treat her like a sex object. What do you think is going to happen to Cupcake?
So a lot of the beginning part of this is him going through text, and in a bit here, he's gonna start playing like a different video of some other guy talking about this situation, where he starts going through some of the situation in more detail, and it's gonna start making more sense. I know you're probably in this moment very confused, and you're looking at this and you're like, okay, well, we have this random allegation and we have a bunch of text with it. That's what I was looking at when I saw this as well. I promise you, it's going to start making a little bit more sense as it goes, but he's just going through his pieces of evidence before he starts getting into more of the allegations in this. And once again, this is a very old video. These messages are literally from 2010, so shit's old as time. Can't verify the proof on half of it, on what's legitimate and what's not, but here it is as I've seen it.
And I said, see, that's why I respect Katie, because Katie, and I think Cupcake was used because she was drunk. Search the word fan sign. Okay, here's the one where my
and a midnight wiener stroker.
Who we shit talking a gnome and a S-pest, are they the same person? Winking face emoji, rolling on the floor laughing emoji, rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
They might be, but also in this particular day different, coincidentally.
My friend Wolf confirmed that Kate did do what she did in that video for Keemstar.
The fact that, by the way, this futuristic hub guy, whoever he is, somebody get his hard drives too, because the fact that he's gonna call this situation trolling, you're nuts.
On September 19th, 2010, she went on with nothing other than a DJ Keemstar fan sign covering and showed her ass. Okay, that's all the proof you need right there. That's basically all the screenshots I sent to Joey.
So, like I said, this is the part where you guys are gonna go audio only, because when he gets into this other video here, that picture of the fan sign where the girl is fully naked and only covering her private parts with a fan sign, yeah, that's shown in the video. So I can't show that. I mean, I'm not going to. I'm gonna be real. So.
Oh yeah, this proof is real. Case closed.
Stuff that wasn't featured in Joey's video, and if you haven't seen Joey Salad's video about this, link in the card.
I'm sorry, I gotta pause. It's Futuristic Hub says Battle Cams was built on this. Your opinions is not valid for what was during these years. If Battle Cams was built on this, you're all creeps. I'll keep it a stack. Literally all of you are creeps.
And in the description down below, but go check it out. Basically, what Keemstar did was there was this 15-year-old girl named Katie, and basically what he did was he basically said, "Yo, if you donate money to, or if you use your points on this website, which was called assholegamers.com, then Katie will make you nude fan signs."
So you heard the allegation there. Like I said, I can't co-sign none of this. He's claiming that the girl from the fan signs that they show in this video was 15.
And basically, he didn't ask her to do like permission for that. He basically was saying it, and she was claiming.
This guy says, debate me, you'll lose. Hop in my Discord. We could go. Let's go, buddy. You want to come up? Go ahead. You're going to look real stupid.
To be 19, but she was actually 15. So Keemstar basically was soliciting that, and then also he had her get naked one time on stream and cover herself up with fan signs and show her bare ass at the end of the video, which is the clip that Grade showed.
I find it fucking crazy that Keemstar's gonna go and talk so harshly about Pyrocynical talking to a 15-year-old girl as if it's the worst thing on earth, right? When Keemstar himself had a girl of the exact same age, 15 years old, get naked for him on a live stream.
I don't need to say it more plain than that. That's the allegation being made. Like I said, it's an old video. Can I 100% say for a fact that the proof that's being shown to me in front of my face here is the person the age they are? I can't say for a fact. But what I can say is that there's a picture of the fan sign photo in this video.
What?
Oh, what if they find out about my past?
What the fuck is Keem smoking? But this literally happened. On August the 14th, 2010, a 15-year-old girl got completely bollock naked on DJ Keemstar's Blog TV stream and had pieces of paper saying "I love Keemstar" covering her tits and her pussy, i.e. her cooch, I believe is the medical term.
You know what? I got a question for Kalo's best friend in the chat. So, if this situation was all false and you guys were all there for it and it's definitely fake, why, when Kalo got outed for being a creep in the LCU and recently told to take a break from the internet, was he spreading this video and telling people about it because he took it from private to unlisted and now it's private again, all of a sudden, now that Keem said he's paying him out? So tell me why he was spreading it to people up until Keem said he was going to release him from his contract. Can you give me an answer for that that makes any sort of sense?
And as if that wasn't bad enough, right? She then turns around and shows her bare naked underage asshole, i.e. her Keemstar, I believe is the medical term. Now listen, obviously I'm not going to show you that, right? I've got enough fucked up things in my search history as...
He doesn't show it uncensored, but he shows it censored, which is why you're not seeing the part of the video, like I said. And he flashes the photos multiple times, so I'm just making sure they're done and off the screen before you guys continue seeing what's here. And I will say, like, some of what's shown in this is like tweets and stuff like that, which especially back in this era, people love to make fake tweets, people love to do etc, etc. So like, I'm not gonna say without a doubt every piece of proof in this is legit, every allegation made in this is legit, but why is Kalo spreading this around and then all of a sudden when he's getting paid out, not spreading it anymore? To me, it just seems a little bit sus.
It is me. But if you want to see a censored version of this video for proof's sake, go check out Joey Salad's video on his second channel. But listen, I'm just saying, right? For Keem to even mention Pyrocynical talking to a 15-year-old girl in a bad way is fucking crazy, given the fact that Keemstar, again, literally had a girl of the exact same age get naked and show her bare naked asshole in all its underage glory. Which makes no fucking sense, mate.
Okay. So this part I will show to you guys really quickly. So this is part of it that supposedly is proof that she is telling the truth on the situation. So this is a tweet. Like I said, tweets can be fake. Don't know how legitimate this is, but supposedly holding a fan sign. This is the same If you saw the photo I just saw of the fan sign girl, this is very much the same background, so people can tell it's like the same girl. And apparently, what it says is people calling @Kalo a liar, funny, bedroom matches the evidence on stream, must be fake, hashtag 15 years old. So, like I said, all allegations. This is all old. A lot of it's hard to even prove because most of these people are gone and disappeared off the internet. Or if they are there, don't even go by the same names. Okay, next piece of proof in this. He says, but this proof... Oh, it's Futuristic Hub. When did Kalo start spreading this around? Well, Tech Protect literally showed this on his stream a couple nights ago. That's why I'm even talking about this now, because I got sent the clip of Tech Protect watching this entire video on his stream, start to finish, that he was sent by Kalo, is what he says. So 4 days ago, Tech Protect is being sent this by Kalo. 2 days ago, 1 day ago now, Kalo tweets out that Keem is paying him out his paycheck. All of a sudden, this video privated again from unlisted. But, being the internet detective I am, I already had it downloaded. Okay, so, oh yeah, this piece of proof, so this says, but this, I found proves that she was underage, something about her seeing R-rated movies all by herself, which means that you turn like 18, I believe. So, yeah, that's like another piece of proof that they show, but a lot of this is like hard to verify. Like I said, old tweets. I don't really know how to verify any of it unless you went all the way back to his Twitter and looked this up, but you can if you want to. And it's also hard. Now, here's another thing. When you see something like this, it's hard to prove that necessarily that all of it is like in succession with each other or whatever, but yeah, just showing you as it was shown to me.
Another person, another girl, he took advantage.
Wait, let me check something really quickly before. I don't think they show that photo again. I really don't.
Which really, where I flipped the script and stopped being a fan of his, was when he made a girl named Cupcake get naked on battlecam.com, crawl across the floor butt-ass naked.
Like, there was another girl named Cupcake.
Just in case.
At the time, she was drunk one night, and on battlecam.com, he was in her room talking to her on Skype, and she was drunk, and he was telling, with all his fans watching, he was telling her to crawl across the floor naked, and she was having her vagina showing and everything, and she started throwing up from being drunk. He started laughing at her and calling her a stupid cunt, and just making her cry.
Did you think, is there any video evidence of this happening or no?
Battlecam Archives deleted it because it was,
I'm so glad I full screened myself because they just started flashing photos that are so disgusting. So fucking nasty. Investigator Rivers said the Scottish guy shows the picture a lot, so better to be careful. I agree, because in this part, I thought every photo of this was totally censored. It's not uncensored, but this makes me feel disgusting. Like, this is disgusting.
Too severe, but I wish I would have stayed in the archives at the time. I was in the room when that happened, and I talked to Cupcake afterwards, and we're still friends, but she doesn't talk to Keem, and she's really disgusted by him.
Wow. Now, here.
Okay, so everything's off the screen. When Kalo was on the call, he had photos on the screen showing, like, when Kalo was mentioning certain parts of the situation, it was like photos that supposedly went with what Kalo was talking about, like screenshots of the video for context. Now that Kalo left, everything's gone and the guy's talking, just for context.
Here is what Keemstar did when Kalo stuck up for these girls. This is proof that Keemstar is a bully.
Okay, I'm gonna nicely, politely say this to you. It's Futuristic Hub. He said, I am his best friend. I also told him to take a break. I know about this drama and how to handle it. Search life in a tent. That's me back in 2010. Bitch, I don't give a fuck who you were back in 2010. If you're Kalo's best friend, then you should have kept him from being a creep on the internet. You should have kept him far the fuck away from my fucking shit. If you didn't want me to be talking about it, then maybe he shouldn't have spread my fucking explicit content that was private behind a paywall to other people and then brag about it. Cause don't you look stupid now for being his best friend? Are you one of those like accountability partner people too? Are you going to hold him accountable for that? Or are you just going to sit there and say, oh, well, you don't know. I do know. He self-admitted he did that. So you're friends with a creep. And I'm going to keep calling him a creep because he spread my fucking content around like a weirdo. And he did it to Foxy too. And he did it back in 2017 to that other girl too. Shit.
Vagina was showing, and she was fully nude, and she was crawling across the floor, and then at one point in the stream, she broke down and cried and was throwing up, and because she was really drunk. And Keemstar got on and started laughing at her, throwing up and crying, calling her a stupid cunt. And then also, so that's when I flipped on him. And then also, he's done these false pedophile allegations on people way before even the whole Pyro thing and the Tony thing. There was this guy named Bluepoint that he made up a false story about because he said that Bluepoint took his PayPal. He made up this false pedo accusation that Bluepoint was a pedophile dating.
I don't know if this is the same one that Snowflake talked about in his video, but I know that Snowflake did talk about a situation where Keem did make a false allegation on like this older man, that he was like a PDF based on like the guy looked like another guy who did have like a registry photo or whatever. So maybe that's what that is, but I want to say that it's good to play this part for you guys on the screen if Kalo goes off screen, or if he starts talking about those photos again, I will go back to being full screen because I'm not taking a risk showing them.
Having an online relationship with an underage kid named Crossfade on.
I'm sorry, Syke said Futuristic Hub is also a creep. I stand by whatever Syke says. Syke been around the internet, buddy. You think you've been around the internet? Syke been around the internet. And if she says you a creep, I know it.
On the stream and made this, and everybody was believing it. Bluepoint is a gay man who did not have a relationship with this dude, but since Keemstar had a grudge with Bluepoint, Keemstar made up this false pedo accusation. And it's listed on his Encyclopedia Dramatica about this too. And you can even ask Bluepoint. He can be contacted on Twitter at Bluepoint9.
I'm sorry, Syke said bro makes freaky Minecraft shit. Why did I even waste my breath on debating with somebody who said they were a Minecraft YouTuber? Honestly, every time I hear Minecraft YouTuber, I'm like, yeah, I know what you are.
951 or one Bluepoint. One of those two is his Twitter. But basically, that's what happened with that. And then when it comes down to me, after I stood up for those girls, Keemstar came after me. And I have autism. I have a form of autism called Asperger's syndrome.
He was doing the autism thing back then? Bro, why does he bring up his autism for every situation? Did anybody, like, he still, this is like a video where he was showing proof from 2010. So I can't remember the year this was posted. I want to say maybe 2015, something like that, but.
He came after me and started attacking me, calling my house, talking rudely.
I'm crying. It's Futuristic Hub said, most of those videos are false information, LMFAO. You better be careful, Zay. I will sue the fuck out of you for making defamatory statements. Test me, buddy. Saying that I think somebody's a creep based off of the comments that they make in my chat is not a defamatory statement. I'm allowed to have a fucking opinion. I didn't make an allegation on you. I didn't say you did anything. I said, I think based off of what you're saying. You should learn before you start getting your legal team together, buddy. Go ahead.
In my family.
Okay, they're showing something on the screen that says somebody edited the video, but this is Keem mocking me. He was on a green screen. Just look at the shirt. I'll show it if it's good. But this video is just sus in general.
I'll buy you an ice cream. I whip out
I'm gonna show it, and you're gonna wish I didn't.
my drumstick that will make your eyes.
Pausing because that guy shows photos. So, there you go. That was apparently Keem trolling Kalo.
You said that he was bullying you, right? Can you talk about that?
Yeah, basically, I have a form of autism called Asperger's syndrome, and he was bullying me after I stood up for him, or stood up against
And anyways, get these members for my legal fund. My legal fund.
him with the whole Kate situation, and he started sending people after me to find my address and spreaded it everywhere, and had people calling my house. I had multiple pizzas sent to my house from every single pizza place in town, and then even when I moved to Arkansas, I still got attacked by these people, and that's when I was living with my grandma, who had a heart problem, and all these pizza places were showing up, and cops were showing up, and it was really taking a toll on her, and I was getting bullied to the point where I almost committed suicide because of them bullying me. And when I tried to tell Keemstar to stop it, he would just laugh at me and say I was crying to get attention from him.
On a real note, one thing that I can confidently say about Kalo is one thing he wants more than anything is attention from Keemstar. I mean, it's so obvious. When he literally got fired from the LCU, he started spreading this around again. Like, he didn't just work for the guy for almost, like, 6 months or whatever the fuck, however long he did in the LCU. How are you gonna work for a guy and then afterwards then bring this back up? That should show you Kalo's morals in itself, right? Also, thank you, the Trolling Pop-Tart, for 5 Hot Dog Gang gifted members. It takes us to 5 out of 23. I'm gonna keep playing this, like, with me full screen, just because this whole video, you just never know.
So, what's your overall analysis on Keemstar? If you had to describe him in one sentence, what would it be?
He's a fucking scumbag.
There you go.
Wow. That is some heavy hitting stuff.
He had his fans send every pizza place in town to my house. He hired 4 guys named A-Town 625, I Buy Baby Africans, Crossfade, and Fist Pump Swag. He hired these guys to attack me for over 2 years and harass me. These guys got my docs. These guys sent pizzas to my house. They called my house.
You know the craziest thing in all this? I want to pause and point this out. John Doe said the sad part here is it doesn't matter even if you do prove if Keem is a creep, the LCU audience is already allowing sweeping for behavior. That's not even my point. That, like, on a real note, like I said, I can't prove that any of these allegations are legitimate. I can't prove that any of this stuff happened, but what I can say that I think is very fucking strange is the fact that the timeline of it. Kalo gets outed for being a creep in the LCU. Then he leaves. But says he's gonna leave the internet, but he's in all of the chats pushing for people to, like, be in DMs. He's immediately joining other communities. And then this video gets shown on somebody else's stream, right? Then, within a few days of this video being shown on Tech Protect stream, all of a sudden, Kalo is being offered to be paid out of his contract and free to stream immediately. The timeline is very strange to me, and it feels potentially coincidental, potentially not. That's all I'm trying to say.
My docs all over the internet. When I moved to Arkansas, they found my address there. They started sending every pizza place to my grandmother's house. She almost had a heart attack because of this, which she has bad heart problems. And Keemstar knew about this and was paying these guys to harass me for over 2 years. And then recently, Keemstar has been coming out saying I'm a stalker and saying I've been stalking him, when in fact Keemstar is the one that's been stalking me and my friend, Brian Martin.
Also, apparently I've heard that Keem's already responded to whatever we're talking about today, so we're gonna finish this up and we're gonna see what Keem said. Okay, I'll read this out for the millionth time. Tweets cannot be 100% proven, especially these super old ones, because tweets can be scrubbed, deleted, etc. unless you can literally go Control F, find this exact tweet on his page. I can't promise you this is legit, but this is what the tweet in the video says. It says, understand, at Kalo, that you are friends with Life in a Tent, aka Futuristic Hub. Oh my god! Ain't that some shit? That's so fucking funny. Wait, that's fucking hilarious. That's actually hilarious that he was here. But death threats won't stop his channel from going down. TOS. Yo, the irony in that is so crazy. That is so funny. I didn't even plan for that. Okay. I don't know what all going down, but I'm not involved. Alright. You said, bro, who keeps... Am I sliding in my chair? Is it sounding like I'm farting again? I'm so sorry. Is that a thing again?
I don't know if you could see this, but I'm actually at a wrestling show right now. I do not know what all this drama is going on, why my Twitter's blowing up. But yeah, I'm not a part of it. So...
He's been stalking me, he's been stalking my friend Brian, and he needs to be stopped. He attacked me on Twitter. Here's a video here.
This kid right here is a fucking crazy stalker fucking fan, alright? I've known him since 2010. He camped up on Battlecam and said he was gonna kill himself unless I got on a fucking call with him. And now he's saying I like fucking stalk him and shit? This dude follows me, but not only that, literally entered into my fucking giveaway.
This is what I say when I do agree with the fact that Kalo does really want attention from Keemstar. Like, that is pretty undeniable. You can't claim somebody's stalking you and then enter their G Fuel giveaway, bro. That's crazy. That is crazy. But that's what I'm saying. I feel like, no, you're so right. Like S1K said, these two deserve each other, right? The way they both, over the years, are just, like, putting allegations against each other is nuts.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. You and Bryant Martin, fucking leave me. I'm gonna call the police on you. Leave me the fuck alone.
This kid has been stalking me for years with Brian Martin, claims I'm stalking him but follows me. And Kalo's tweets say, all I ask is for Keemstar to stop stalking me. He's called my house in the past and was rude to my parents and had people attack me for years. And then it's like a picture of his bio that says, them haters can hate, I ain't mad at ya, I'm a nice guy, I don't need to be mean, now partnered through whatever network that probably doesn't even exist anymore. Oh my god. Then you got this guy who says, at Kalo, yo man, you are honestly just seeking attention from at Keemstar. Senpai won't notice you, XD. At Keemstar, at Kalo, hashtag stalkers. At Keemstar, at Kalo, hashtag drama alert. God, you guys get the, this is stupid. This little tweet thread being in here, a little silly, a little dumb to me. Also, we got Amanda with the 5 Hot Dog Gang gifted members. Thank you, thank you. That takes us to 10 out of 23. For my legal fund. I'm sorry, that makes me laugh. Because he's not, like, whenever people say that, I'm just like, motherfucker. I don't throw allegations out willy-nilly. And I also didn't throw an allegation out at him saying that I feel like he's a creep. Freedom of speech. Also, we got Heck with a 5 Hot Dog Gang gifted members. Throwing down on it. All right. You got Kalo saying, logging off Twitter because I can't handle all this hate from Keemstar and fans telling me to off myself. It's really affecting me. Please leave me alone. I have autism. This is really affecting me. And we got Logie Barra with the 5 Hot Dog Gang gifted members. That takes us to 20 out of 23 for today. Thank you, thank you. Sorry for the silence in this video. It's old, so.
He knew I had autism. He knew what started the whole thing of the attack on Twitter is basically I asked him to, he retweeted a tweet from back in the day, and then his fans started attacking me because it was an old tweet that he said to me saying, something about my friend. And then his fans started coming at me saying to kill myself. I was at a wrestling event trying to enjoy a show, and he came after me on Twitter for no reason. Then all of a sudden, I just start posting saying, why am I getting attacked? I didn't do anything. And he just kept sending his fans after me and made that Twitter video saying I'm a stalker and that I've been harassing him and been stalking him. But I haven't been. You can look at my Twitter. I've just been recently tweeting about this because of the shit that needs to get out. But anyways, guys, I have autism. He's attacking an autistic kid, and I'm autistic. I don't know.
I have autism. He's attacking an autistic kid, and I'm autistic. Wow. I don't think... Do you guys think that Kalo has autism? I don't know. Do you think he might have autism? He may.
What I can do to prove I have autism. I have doctor's notes and everything, but I don't want to let that personal information out there just because I don't want to get in trouble. So I hope you guys can understand how much of an evil man this guy is. There's been streams. I was in there when that all went down with the pedophile thing going down.
How evil this guy is that Kayla went on to work for him. And that's why I say it's hard to even believe all of this in these allegations either because of the fact that he went on to work for him. But the second Keem wronged him, Kayla's putting this all out there again. Strange, isn't it? And then there's also the photo, which don't know the girl's age. Like I said, can't say anything about that, but clearly other YouTubers got a hold of that. So we'll see what Keem says about it here in a second.
It happened on battlecam.com on his stream. She cammed up, covered herself with fan signs, and was nude. And then also the other girl cammed up on Battlecam, and he had her do that stuff there. Also, he had her do it on Blog TV as well, which resulted in her account getting banned. So, there's that. But anyways, I hope you guys understand. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys sat through this video, and yeah.
Oh, I sat through it. This aged well, didn't it? This aged well, didn't it? Sorry. Yikes. Yikes. Alright. Now, I've heard that Keem's already had something to say. So let's see. Let's go ahead and download this one and check it right out.
I just want to... I just want to address something real quick derail. Does everyone remember 2016 when Leafy and Grade A Under A and all my friends on YouTube decided to launch an attack on me? One of the allegations that Grade A Under A said is that I had a 15-year-old girl on my stream get naked with a Keemstar stream sign. Keemstar sign or whatever. One, the girl said she was 19. She was a moderator in my community. Like, this is years and years ago. All right. Did I see her birth certificate or ID? No, I'm not a weirdo. I don't dox people. She was never on my stream.
Wow. Okay, we're starting off real strong there. With the, well, she said she was this age. Did I ever see her birth certificate? No. All right.
She was on her own stream. You know, we didn't have the technology that we have today that we can all hop up on like a Discord and whatever. This was like in 2010. She went up on her own screen and had a sign that said Keemstar on it. All right. Kalo pushed this narrative. All right. And has apologized for this narrative.
Apologized, but 4 days ago, Tech Protect played it on his stream. So if Kalo apologized, also, wait a minute, is that all? Is that all? Because I thought he was gonna say more. Because see, I was waiting for some sort of explanation that was like, oh, well, she was 19 and, you know, they were all just trying to fuck with me and we all saw her ID and, like, we know. We didn't get that. What does it matter if it was on your stream or on her stream? All it was said was that you asked her to do it. I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know what happened, but that was a really strange explanation is all I'm gonna say.
For years and years and years, and even did it when he was here. All right.
At Slam Nails,
this is
donated $19.99. Booger, you leaked show notes yesterday. Can we go back to real and not this BS?
It was Phantom's first IRL. He needed to be taught how to do it. That's it. Go ahead, King.
This is a story that has been put in front of literally millions of people and investigated by millions of people. So Zayzudik, go fuck yourself. I understand that you're fucking desperate and you need anything to stay relevant. You suck.
Buddy, oh pal. This is how you know Keith don't even listen. Because what did I say throughout the entire video? Can I tell you that this legitimately happened? No. Can I tell you that any of the ages or any of this was legit? No. Your defense just made it look way worse. In fact, all I said this entire time was that it was strange that you weren't paying Kalo out, and then he was spreading this. And then all of a sudden you were paying Kalo out, and now he was. That was my whole point of this. I didn't spread this like it was a fact. I didn't say, yeah, everybody go fucking attack Keemstar with pitchforks. You're taking it as I'm trying to push an allegation that I literally said nobody can probably verify this at that point. I don't know, buddy. The problem was, though, that I have is that your defense of the video made it sound way worse to me personally than even when I just heard it. Because it went from me being like, okay, yeah, this is old stuff. Like, I can't even see if this legitimately ever even happened or none of that. To you saying, yeah, it did happen, just not the way you think. All right. Okay.
And you're just slandering me because you got nothing else. And you can't talk about anything else.
Yeah, Kalo told me that story in private, and I shrugged it off because I knew it wasn't true. It's fucking idiotic.
Okay, so Boogie, also backing up my point. Kalo told me that story in private. So if Kalo didn't believe it, and he apologized, and it didn't really happen, all that, why is Kalo still telling people about it? Why is he still pushing it? Yeah, they're using slander and, like, defamatory now. Bro, I told you, they get crazy when it comes to me. They go nuts. They get big riled up about me. And nothing I said was that crazy. Nothing I said wasn't already shown on Tech Protect stream. But is he up here like, fuck you for showing that Tech Protect? He's just saying, fuck you, Zayzudin.
It's literally not true. She was never on my fucking stream. And how do I know? How does anyone know she was naked, first of all? All right? How does anyone...
Unfortunately, you can tell by the picture that she's naked. Really unfortunately, in fact, because the picture that's covering her body parts that they show, that Kayla puts in that video that everybody unfortunately has to see, you can tell when people have clothes on underneath a piece of paper. A piece of paper, okay? You can tell there ain't nothing on underneath, buddy.
Know her age. There was no nudity shown. She literally just had a sign. She's just holding a sign that says Keemstar on her own stream, not my stream, her own stream.
And he feels confident saying that because I'm not showing the photo on my stream. The photo is out there if you want to find it. Tech Protect fully showed it on his stream. The reason I'm not trying to push to seek it out, because I think it's strange. I'm gonna be really real. You could trust me and not have to see it, but it's out there if you want to look for it. I genuinely mean that's the only reason he feels confident enough saying that is because I'm not showing the photo. But yeah, I don't know. That was a really strange response. I mean, he could have said anything, but he chose to say that. So, I mean, I guess I can't really say much there. All right. So, next part I want to get into with this is not only is it interesting that Keemstar's decided to pay out Kalo. If you guys haven't heard something else about what's going on recently, there's been a lot of hosts who have quit. It's like quit part 2 bullshit again. Anyways, in that, Tammy 10, like the host of Reign, if you guys remember, she has basically said she wanted to leave. She has a family member in her life who is sick and it's a priority to her. So she got in this whole fight with Keem behind the scenes because she went to MTV Nick's Discord, from what I heard, and was talking shit about Keem. And then that motherfucker little snake rat pirate guy went back to Keem with the screenshots of whatever Tammy was saying about Keem in that Discord. And then Keem confronted Tammy, and it turned into some whole fight where he was up on live talking about things. She was talking about things, but I got all of the screenshots of the messages between them. Instead of just going through the live stream, we could just kind of read it out here, and I could, like, give you guys the explanation. Shout out to Annie, by the way, for getting me the screenshots and the timestamps, because now I can just do the screenshots instead of having to do the timestamps, and it honestly worked out perfectly, so thank you. You're the best. Alrighty. So let's, oop, I zoomed in too much. There we go. Alright. So, can you guys even read it? Can you even read it the way it is or no? Do I gotta make it bigger somehow? I don't think I can. That's the maximum size. You can't read that, can you? Let me do it this way. Hold on. Let me just make it bigger. Is there a way to just share? Like, can I, like, get rid of, like, the editing stuff at the top? Oh, view. No. How do I do that? Shit. I'm trying to think of how I could zoom this in. Do you have an idea? Screenshot it. Oh, screenshot it. You're so smart. He's so smart. Big brain. Huh? Boom. Alright, so I'm just gonna screenshot these one by one, so if it takes me a little bit of a second between the messages, it's literally because I'm screenshotting them. Let me pull this up and open. But now it's going to be even easier to screenshot these thanks to Annie. Super clutch. So thank you again to Annie, because it's not your fault my computer be sucking sometimes. All right, you should be able to read that a lot better, and I can zoom in even more with this. So, alrighty. So starting up at the top, it says, from Tammy 10, do you want me to prove myself here or not? They were screaming over each other and nobody could understand a word. I got them to stop. I didn't go up there when they were bringing up a situation I'm in and saying my name in the story. That would have made me boring. Why don't you go up there? Like, I do not get what you want from me here, Keem. I'm getting zero direction. Again, just adding some random intern is not giving direction. I think I'm too smart for this place, Keem, honestly. I'm not going to get rage baited the way you guys are trying to do with Desi. I'm trying to actually entertain, not just go along with this manufactured bullshit you guys are trying so hard to push. I figured that out with Brantley bullying me in the nature chat last night. It's not going to stop, and I'm not going to be good enough for you guys no matter what I do. Keem responds, or LOL, Tammy, want to do a side bet that low res Joe outperforms you? People love that guy. I'm sorry, can we start off with those first two messages? You literally have Tammy going to Keem on like a real, just genuine trying to be like, look, Keem, I'm asking for help. I need some direction. You're saying I suck. You're saying you don't know what you want me to do and I don't know what to do. And he's like, haha, bet this low res Joe guy's gonna do better than you. Phew! Excuse me. And at what point does he not realize that people are not going to want to work for him when he's got this kind of an attitude? You claim you're trying to like help these people become better streamers, you're focusing on the A team, etc., etc. But if the A team's not more than like one person, he can't multitask that well, clearly. Because I don't understand the entire point of even responding to her at this point. Just let her go. But anyways, she says, you wanted me to prove myself. I did. Y'all thought it was me making it about me. It was so bad. You had to go up there yourself, Keem. LOL. And then Brantley is pushing the whole Desi shit again after the we don't want manufactured shit. Y'all keep trying to say you pushed her out. Blah, blah, blah. Give her the show then if she did so good like y'all think. Give it to both of them. I don't care. I know the value I bring and the loss it would bring if I was done. He can outperform me any day. It's not going to last and you're going to get bored and move on in 2 weeks anyways. A retard and hate donations only last so long. So, something I want to bring up in this message is a lot of the problem that she's having is like bringing up Brantley. And I honestly think Brantley playing the part she does in the LCU has like kind of always been not a problem for her or for Keem, but it makes this weird situation where people always assume that Brantley's opinions are Keem's opinions, vice versa. But to some extent, because they're one unit, it's like I had to deal with the same problem. People thought S1K's opinions were my opinions, even though we're two different people. That's something you can't get away from, no matter how hard you try to express that you're different people. So because he's the boss and because she's the wife's boss, there's also like kind of like you assume your wife's boss isn't just going to be in the chat shitting on you. That kind of makes it a terrible workplace if whenever your wife's boss doesn't like you, she's just going to be expressing all of her opinions about you in the chat. No one's saying, oh, Brantley can't have opinions. Everybody thinks that she can. But the problem is because she's so closely tied to Keem and you can't criticize Brantley. We all see what happens when you criticize Brantley. What happened to Jaffe? He got fucking fired for saying a joke bullshit or whatever about Brantley. And let's be honest, at the time, we all had to act like we were up in arms about it, but it wasn't that serious. Brantley has said worse shit to me on streams than ever has been said to her, okay? This bitch Brantley sat up there drunk as fuck a night on Rewind and said she wanted to hit me in the face with a fucking brick on a fucking stream, and then that stream got taken down because she was too drunk and all the hosts got in trouble because nobody took drunk Brantley off the stream. This bitch talking about hitting me in the face with a brick. Like, are we kidding? Is anyone the problem or is your wife the problem, buddy? But he's gonna keep having problems because Brantley wants to run her mouth like she runs the place and like her opinions actually matter, but Keemstar doesn't give a fuck about what she has to say. So people think her opinions matter, but they really don't. Brantley's opinions aren't Keem's opinions, but she's gonna keep talking. Heck said she said worse than VC's. Oh, I know! That bitch runs her mouth about me. So many people told me all the things Brantley loved to say about me. Then you got Keemstar saying, better yet, let's take this convo to Babe. I'm jumping up now. Tammy10 says, I literally don't care anymore, Keem. LOL, go ahead. I'm getting ready to spend time with my family. Keem says, oh, I thought the large blocks of text was you wanting to talk this out. All right, let me get the next one pulled up. Sorry. It's gonna take a sec to pull it up, because I'm slow. Beady boop 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 boop. Alright, continuing on. I have to switch it to the new photo. There we go. Tammy says, Yes, because I'm coming to you as my boss asking for direction because I actually care. And you're just trying to start drama, LOL. I actually care. I'm not glammy. I'm not going to get up on a show and cry if you don't think I'm valued for the entertainment I brought the last 6 months. Carrying Rain, you can say it sucked all you want. You still kept it and people loved it and are asking for it back. That's my content. Keemstar said, Tammy, I have been giving a direction nonstop. What are you saying? I don't want to have this one-on-one convo in DMs. I want to have it in public. That way we're both forced to be in reality. She says, yeah, and I'm with my son. I'm not going to get in any sort of screaming match or be made to cry in front of him. I actually have a brain and morals, Keem, and that's why I'm trying to say maybe this place isn't for me. He says, okay, well, we will do it when you can hop on a show. Yes, I know you think you are the shit. I am aware. No, I don't. She says, no, I don't think I am the shit at all, LMAO. That's the funny part. He said, read what you've been writing. She said, but I definitely know the value I bring. There's a difference. And that's the problem with Keemstar. I feel like this is really similar to the conversation that would have happened if I actually cared to have a serious conversation with him about me leaving. He tried to call me at like 7 in the morning, whatever the fuck. I wasn't having it. I'm gonna be real. I told them I didn't want to do this great fake scripted bullshit content anymore because what Tammy's saying in this is extremely valid. She's bringing up the points about how unless you make scripted content, unless you're fighting endlessly in the LCU, your show's probably not going to do that well. And if you're just tired of doing that, then eventually you're going to have to go and do your own thing. And I think that she's just realizing like she's saying she's not going to get rage baited. She's not going to be like felt to be stupid about like things that she knows she shouldn't be upset about because it's not that serious, because nothing Keem does is actually permanent. My favorite thing ever was when Psych called the LCU the just kidding universe, because it's literally accurate. Keem will say one thing and then 2 minutes later it's just kidding. But I also just don't get, if he doesn't think Tammy has value, why not just let her go, release her from her contract, and let her quit if that's what she's wanting to do here? Why are you trying to pull her up on a show, make this whole big spectacle? Oh, wait, because you need the content aspect out of it. And if he wasn't going to get her on a show, of course he's going to leak the DMs, because he likes to get the content out of every host quitting. I'm going to be real though. I feel like I was one of the only hosts who wasn't going to have content made out of them quitting though, unless that whole big fight happened between me and Jersey that was like a month later. Because they didn't really talk about me quitting. Nobody wanted to utter my name. They banned my name from the fucking Discord. To some extent, I feel like Keem knew that I was going to be more successful than he always tried to put out to me. Like, he always tried to tell me I was going to be shit. I was never going to be good on my own. Nobody was going to watch. But I think I'm doing just fine. Personally, I'm very happy with my numbers, personally, for a small channel. But we got Andy Rita Gonzalez with the 2 said, sent you the screenshots, Pookie. Oh my god, you're the best ever! And we got Heck who said, I bet he made an AI song of her text, LMAO. Yeah, I mean, he's not gonna read it unless it's spelled out for him. Let me jump over to Discord really quickly and grab the text. Oh, you are the best, Annie! Yes, my goat! Alright. So we can just do it this way now, because we got it up in the Discord, so it'll be even faster. It might be, like, slightly small, but this is literally, like, it's not that much anyways. So this is the Milkers chat, and Keem says, Tammy 10 wants Keem to fire her. And then Gossip and T, I guess in the Discord, said, please do. Tammy said, what's he gonna do? Fire me? That's what I want. Tammy said, guys, I do this for the fun. I don't care if he withholds my paycheck. I don't need it. Fan of Sue said, just make sure you get your paycheck. LOL, he might withhold it like he did to every ex-host. She said, unless I'll get into real legal trouble, then I don't care. Which, I'm gonna be real. The whole withholding a paycheck for these, like, B-circuit hosts whose paychecks were, like, around $1,000 a month anyways, is withholding their paycheck really, like, that serious for most of them? Like, you can't tell me that, like... I'm trying to think, I don't know what shows are doing good nowadays, but, like, back when I was in the LCU, you can't tell me the hosts of Fire are, like, yeah, if I leave the LCU, I need that paycheck from Keem. Like, if you're hurting for, like, that money real bad, then don't be in the LCU, because you could make way better money not being in the LCU. You know what I'm saying? It just makes no sense. Mar said it's all that he can hold against them. Yeah, and I think honestly that's why a lot of people who end up in the LCU stay for so long, because they were in like a good financial position beforehand, and then they don't really set up to ever leave, so then they get kind of stuck. So continuing on, Cleem says, you clearly think you are the shit, but that's why I don't want to have this convo in DMs. I want to say all this stuff publicly. Tammy, please stop typing. When are you free today to hop on a panel with me? Shed, LOL, I'm not trying to edit. Or shit, I'm trying to edit to not make it long because I know you have dyslexia. I'm not available today. Like I said, when Mel tried to bitch at me for not being free this weekend, my sister's not doing well, and I have a family party today because we don't know how much time we have left with her. Keem said, yeah, focus on family. Just let me know. Then he sent the screenshot of, like, her wanting to be fired, where it says, I'm very close, I'll drop the T. She said, yeah, that's from Nick's server. I tried to talk to you. You wanted me to bring it to a show. I told you I wasn't interested in becoming a cow. So, basically what this screenshot is showing is that in the midst of Tammy messaging Keem, she was in Nick's Discord, like MTV Nick, saying that she wanted to be fired anyway. So it wasn't like in the LCU Discord. It wasn't happening in the public. She was saying that in a private Discord with Nick. And then Pirate apparently is who leaked it to Keem, is what I heard. Pirate's a known leaker, by the way. If you guys are in a Discord and you see some guy and his username is like Pirate or Neffy Contra or something along those lines, block him or leave the Discord, because your conversations are getting leaked to any and everybody. That guy's a freak. All right, so continuing on in the Milkers chat, Tammy says, yes, Keem, LOL, we literally talked this morning. I don't know why you're surprised at the fact that I want out of here. Don't do Twitter fingers, Keem says. That's some coward shit, and you know it. Say everything you want to say to me on stream. Tammy says, I've done nothing but work hard and be loyal, and you've done nothing but shit on me. Why would I want to be here? Keemstar said, the whole server is ratting you out. Tammy said, good. Maybe I'll actually listen to someone with a brain and not all these fucking retards you hire that you can just walk all over. This is exactly why you lose everyone. Nobody can come to you and expect a real boss. You want everything out in the open and drama when I've been asking for months how I can be better for this place without becoming a glammy. You're not going to get me in front of 1,000 people to embarrass me and make money off of that when I've done nothing but be loyal to you and do what you ask. I tried. Now, if this don't sound like me, I don't know what does. This sounds exactly like me when I quit. This sounds like me. All I wanted was some damn fucking respect. You're not gonna get it though. And this is what I keep saying to everybody who's still in the LCU. If you are still working there at this point, whatever disrespect you face is your own fault. It's been put in your face a million times by me, by Tammy now, by every single person there. If you come out crying 2 months from now and say, oh, Keem treated me so bad, we know. You know. We all knew. You can't cry wolf when it's been put in front of your face. For a lot of the hosts who were there, though, for a long time, it's like me, Nightmare, Steak, etc. It's like we saw it getting bad after we were already in there. And we had to set up to be able to leave. So that's the sad part about that, was promoting a universe that low-key at some point we all kind of knew was getting to be ass. But what can you do? But if you're fucking joining that shit, you're joining it for the first time now? Whatever happens to you, don't come crying wolf 2 months from now saying, where, these people did this to me, where, these people did that to me. You're joining the community of creeps, weirdos, doxers, stalkers. Heinous ass shit goes down over there. Be a part of it if you want, but then don't cry to everybody else when it doesn't work out, is my thing. Loki said, he is the Keemstar. Why would he respect anybody? Yeah, he does still think like that, huh? Oh, and to finish off, her message said, I tried playing the game. Also, hi, Nick. Then Keemstar says, again, more Twitter fingers. I'm not engaging with you being fake in DMs. Do it online in front of people. Shed, is it fakes or facts, Keem? LMAO. He said, fake. I'm going on live to call you out for all this fakeness. Then this message continues. She says, go ahead and then you can properly let me go because I don't play these games. Notice how and why your universe is failing and stop blaming everybody else. And what she's saying there is true. Notice whose fault it is consistently time and time again. It's Keem having a failure to be a good boss. Constantly failing to do anything to support his hosts who are there when they need it the most. You could make this man, sure, maybe I don't know how much money Tammy made in her time in the LCU, but it's enough that Keem should still appreciate the work she did. Me, somebody who had $40,000 months, a month, $40,000 a month on a show. Why did I not get paid on my lap? Why couldn't I leave with grace, but Kalo can? Do you see what I'm saying? And that's why I'm bringing this Tammy shit up with this, right? Tammy, somebody who was very good in the LCU, honestly didn't cause a lot of problems. I couldn't say anything bad about Tammy. She was just very chill. She was friendly with most people. She did good on episodes on Pit, which is hard for a lot of people to even make that work. She had some fun episodes on Rain. She had a pretty decent fan base. Why couldn't she fucking leave? Why is it gotta be she's gotta go up on a live and do all this hoop-dee-da to get a fucking paycheck and just be able to fucking leave? Why? Nicholas MTV said, did you say $40,000? Yes, I did. There was a month where nerds 100% confidently made $46,000 in a month. But Keem wanted to say I wasn't talented. And that's my point. It's like, and no, it's not because she's a woman. It's because Kalo had some shit on Keem. No, it's not that Kalo had some shit on Keem. It's that Kalo was spreading some shit on Keem. Let's be honest. Whether that shit was real or fake, Keem doesn't want to keep addressing it. Keem doesn't want to talk about shit that makes him look like a creep, that puts out all the bad shit that he did back in the 2010s, back in the 2015 out in the light. That's my theory. I think that the reason he's paying Kalo out isn't because of anything other than it was just easier to pay Kalo and then he shuts up about things. Whether it's real, whether it's fake. It sucks. Nobody wants to have an allegation like them on that, so it's just easier to silence the person with money. That's what he did. In my opinion. And I think that was the end of the screenshots. Yeah, it was. Okay, so I don't know how you guys feel about everything. I just kind of wanted to put some of that stuff into the light because I've just been noticing some weird stuff going on over there on that side, but let me know. Oh yeah, Nick MTV, if you haven't heard, your server was entirely leaked by some guy named Pirate. You probably want to ban him if you haven't already. Alright, so because it's Sunday, I want to do something fun with you guys today, which I know is random because we just had the weirdest episode, you know, bunch of drama, but I want to do something really fun. So last night, I was watching this stream with S1K, and if you guys remember, there used to be this like game on Facebook back in the day called Song Pop, and there's like a game version of it online. So I figured, why don't we play a little bit of Song Pop to end this stream off for today? I'll play probably like 5